Honestly, I think that the best way that you can begin to build a better relationship with yourself is if you actually begin to spend time with yourself. Like, how else can you actually begin to build a good quality relationship with someone? You spend time with them, you get to know them, you ask them questions, you indulge and engage and are present with them. And how many times have you found yourself not spending time with you? Although it seems challenging because we're always with ourselves, right? We're always with ourselves. So we feel like we're always spending time with ourselves. But the truth is, we're not being intentional about the time that we spend with ourselves that can help us to heal our heart's hurt. What is up, my dear friends, and welcome back to the Happy Heart Academy podcast, the happiest place that you can enter so that you can rebuild your heart's hurt. My friend, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Tyler Stratton. I am your host, and today we are talking about how you can begin to build a better, healthier relationship with yourself so that you're not so reliant on someone else to fulfill your needs. And before we go about doing that and talking about that, I do want to say, hey, listen, if you're currently feeling stuck, like you feel like you can't move on, like you're struggling to be able to create a sense of happiness after your heartbreak, like you feel like you've lost yourself, you lost your purpose, your significance, your identity, then be sure to check out the free 30-minute training in the show notes below. There you will gain access to a 30-minute video training brought to you by me in particular, teaching you exactly what oftentimes keeps us stuck in our heartbreak, unable to move on, and what you can begin to do today so that you can begin to move on and remove yourself from the pain and reclaim your life and happiness after heartbreak. Once again, that is found in the show notes below. It's the free training, Happiness After Heartbreak training. And it's for those of you who are ready to move on, but don't know how to move on. So if that's you, that video and training is for you. Now on to today's episode. What is up, my friends? Today we are talking about how you can begin to take care of yourself so that you are not so reliant on someone else to fulfill your needs. And I think that's pretty important when it comes to building a relationship with yourself. One of the greatest things, I like to simplify things, especially in my coaching program. It's like we overcomplicate things. We make things way too difficult. And that oftentimes causes us to not take any action at all. When we make things too difficult, we oftentimes don't act so that we can create the change that we want to experience in our life and relationships. So I make this rather simple. Listen, if you are struggling to create a better relationship with yourself because you don't know how to, I'm going to simplify things. Listen, if you want to build a better relationship with you, there's a couple things that you can begin to do. But before I talk about those couple of things, I want to talk about how I know that this is an important topic. I remember growing up and I felt like I was always never enough. I was unworthy. My self-esteem was low. My confidence was built in one thing, and that was sports. But I didn't have a strong mind. I didn't feel smart. I was illiterate. I couldn't read. I couldn't write. I couldn't spell. I lacked confidence in basically every area besides sports and video games. And going into the world, that was a challenge that I had to face. Like I didn't feel like I knew even who I was. Like, have you ever went to a job interview and they're like, what are your skill sets? And you're like, what can you bring to a company? And you kind of blank out. You're like, well, my enthusiasm, or whatever, I can write an email or whatever. Like you kind of blank out and you're like, actually, what do I bring? And if you can't really answer that, we need to fix that relationship that you have with yourself because you should know you better than anybody else. And oftentimes we know our partners or our ex-partners more than they know themselves, right? Have you ever heard of that? Like, I know you better than you. Yeah, well, that's right, because you've been spending so much time with me, studying me, learning me, being present with me, engaging with me, understanding me. And you do know or are more aware of the things that I do than I'm even aware of. Now, what we need to do to start out, rebuilding a better relationship with ourselves, one of the things that I started out doing was I asked myself, how do I build a better relationship with someone else? Like how do I begin to build a better relationship with someone else so that I could feel
connected, maybe intimate, maybe like I'm a part of something greater than just me. Well, I've understood that when it comes to building a relationship with someone else, you need to spend time with them. And that's where I'd like to start. If you want to build a better relationship with anybody, one of the first things that you need to learn how to do is to build a relationship with them by spending time with them. So if you want to build a relationship with yourself, you need to learn how to spend time with you. And oftentimes, when you look at that relationship that you have with someone, you oftentimes schedule them into your calendar. You know when you're going to hang out with them. Now, the reverse is true. Do you know when you're going to hang out with you? Where are you at in your calendar? Where are you in that 24 hours? When are you going to take care of your needs, wants, desires, dreams, hopes? You see, it's simple, folks. If you want to begin to build a better relationship with you, you need to start scheduling you in to your calendar. Understand that there's going to be a block of time that is dedicated to you and your well-being and taking care of your needs, wants, desires, hopes, dreams, and so on. We don't need to overcomplicate this. You need to take care of you by spending time with you, by implementing new ways that you start to get to know yourself on a deeper and better level. So that's the first thing I want to start off with. Just, hey, listen, if you're struggling to rebuild a relationship with yourself, begin there. Just start making time for you. Strategic, intentional, conscious time. And I'm going to tell you what you can do within a 60-minute period that will allow you to strengthen a better relationship with you. Because ultimately, I want you to feel more secure, confident, and bold in who you are. Like, you know who you are. You know your value. You know your beliefs. You know your worth. You know that it isn't stemmed off of what other people say about you, but who you are. Not in what you do, even. It's in who you are on a day-to-day basis. Because you know you know that when someone walks into your life and tells you that you're no good, you know that you've done the work to prove him or her otherwise, that no, I am good. I know my worth. I know my value. I know what I bring. And I'm not going to let you come into my life, walk all over me, and take that away from me, and for you to redefine the script and redefine who I am as an individual. No, I am going to spend enough time with me to get to know me so that I know who I am, so that you're no longer writing the script, that I am writing the script. You see, you can't tell me who I am when I know who I am. You can always offer, hey, this is how I feel, like this is what I think you are. Well, okay, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to listen, but that doesn't mean I'm going to accept it as truth. A lot of us haven't spent enough time with ourselves to discover who we truly are and who we want to be. And so we allow someone else into our sphere of influence to influence our thoughts about ourselves, because we haven't taken the initiative to write down who it is that we want to be. We haven't spent enough time with ourselves to understand and respect and to learn and to know and to accept and to love and appreciate who we are at our core. Stop allowing other people to define you, and you spend time so that you can define you, so that you can get to know you. That's the greatest way that you can build a better relationship with yourself or others, is by spending quality time with them. So I ask you, are you spending quality time with you? Are you taking care of you? Are you showing up for yourself? Do you understand your needs, your wants, your dreams, your desires outside of just, I want my ex back, or I want a relationship, or I want a companionship? Why? So that you can ignore the fact that you're not taking care of you, so that you don't have to take care of you and someone else can? Wake up, my dear friend. Wake up. You've got to take care of you. You've got to be there for you. Because guess what? When you do that and you enter into another relationship, which you will, listen, when you enter into that other relationship, you're going to feel more fulfilled than you've ever felt before, because your fulfillment is coming from two sources or three sources rather than just yourself. Listen, my fulfillment is coming from myself, and then I get fulfilled from my wife as well, and it just feels great. My structure. And then if she has an off day, she comes home and she has an off day, that's okay, because I've already done the work that it takes to fulfill my needs, wants, desires, hopes, dreams. I've recognized what I need and how I need to feel and what I can do in order to fulfill those needs, wants, desires. Is this making sense? Is this resonating with you? Listen, you've got to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you and you rely on someone else to take care of you, they become your everything. You become so reliant upon them to take care of you that you're going to eventually have a breakdown that is never going to be forgotten. You're going to hit rock bottom because they're going to pull the rug from underneath you and leave you, because taking care of you is just becomes too much. My friend, you can move on. You can create happiness. You have the power. You have the momentum. You have the ability. Let's schedule you in your calendar and begin to move on and to move forward. I believe in you. I did it myself. Things changed for me when I began to schedule me back into my calendar, back into my day, back into my life. When I put me as a priority, it allowed me to take care of other people's needs, wants, desires, dreams. I was no longer pouring from an empty cup, but a filled cup. Because I did the time. I spent the time with myself first thing in the morning to take care of my entire self, which comes into my next topic. You've got to take care of your 4 internal empires in order for you to actually fulfill your fulfilledness inside. You got to fulfill yourself by taking care of these 4 internal empires, my friend. You see, every single day for 60 minutes, ask my wife, ask my friends, ask my family, I spend 60 minutes alone with myself. It's Tyler's time. And I wake up an hour early before my wife does, so that I've already got me taken care of. Ah, what a precious thought. I don't have to wait for her to wake up to take care of me. I can take care of me. So what I recommend you do with spending time with yourself is you've got to implement the 4 internal empire habits into your day-to-day life. And they're simple. My friends, I'm going to keep this simple. If you don't know what your 4 internal empires are, they're your mind, your heart, your health, and your soul. Okay? Mind, heart, health, and soul. Or your mindset, heart set, health set, soul set. Or your 4 bodies. Okay? It's your mindset, which is your psychology, it's your beliefs, it's your values. You've got to do something every single day to grow your mindset, to take care of your mind, to make sure that it's in a good place, a healthy place, a positive place, a place of love, of abundance and not lack, of fulfillment and not less than fulfillment. You got to take care of your mindset. You got to take care of your heart set. Your heart set is your emotional self, right? It's you. How are you taking care of you emotionally? Are you suppressing, repressing, or escaping and distracting yourself from your emotions because you don't want to feel emotions? Emotions are a beautiful tool to allow you to know if you're on the path or off the path. What I mean by that is on the path toward fulfilled a life full of purpose or a life less of purpose. Okay, like emotions are there to guide you to be your, hey, you're not living in alignment, or hey, you're living in alignment, you're doing a good job and you feel good. You're not living in alignment and you're feeling bad, right? Follow me? So that's your heart set, your health set. I mean, come on, it's your body. Your body is your temple. Your temple is a spiritual fortitude protecting you, keeping you healthy, happy, safe, fully alive. And it's your energy, it's your vitality, it's your aliveness, it's your ability to give energy, right? That's your health. You understand, most people talk about your either your mindset or your health set, right? Most people are like, mindset's everything. If you don't take care of your mindset, you have a crappy life, which is partially true, but that's only 25% of you, because there's 4 parts of you. Let me open your mind up. There's 4 parts of you. Most people are only taking care of 25% of themselves. You following me? 25% of you. That means 75% of you is not being taken care of, my friend. You might be taking care of your mind, but what are you doing for your body, your emotions, and your soul connection to your noble higher self, your heart self, God? What are you doing to nurture those? Because those need to be taken care of too. Are you following along? Listen, most people are only taking care of their mindset or their health set, meaning they're going to the gym, they're working out, they're eating, the taking protein shakes, all this stuff, taking the vitamins. Great. Continue to do that, but don't forget about your mindset. Don't forget about your heart set, your health set, or your soul set. So I'm going to walk you through this exercise that I oftentimes take through many of my coaching clients, and it's going to be a quick version of this, but it's going to help you to implement what I like to call blocks of 15 for yourself. So there's going to be 4 15s to equal out 60 minutes. And every morning, I need you to wake up an hour earlier than you used to, before everyone wakes up. So when the world wakes up, I need you to already be up an hour earlier. So when your household wakes up, when your dog wakes up, or when your cats wake up, or when your grandmother wakes up, or whoever's in your house with you, know what time they wake up an hour earlier, so that you can dedicate that time for quietude, solitude, and peace, so that you can spend that time with you. Map that time into you, because if you wait until the end of the day, you're going to be too exhausted to even care to take care of you. You're going to want to eat potato chips, lay on the couch, play some video games, or watch Netflix. Don't fool yourself. I know well enough, because I've fought the same battles, right? I know when I get home, I'm like exhausted. I'm tired. I'm fatigued. The world has got me by the, you know what? And it just, it's rough. So that's why I spend the first hour of my morning taking care of these 4 internal empires. Listen to me here real quick. The way that you start your day dramatically influences how it unfolds. I've learned that some people get up early, but destroy the value of their morning routine by watching the news, surfing online, scanning social feeds, and checking messages. And I'm sure that you understand that such behavior comes from the need of a quick pleasure rush of dopamine and escape from what is truly important. This way of acting oftentimes causes the majority to miss out on doing the thing that would allow them to leverage the quietude of the special time to help them rebuild a better relationship with yourself. Listen, there are certain things you should be doing in the first hour of your day and certain things that you should not be doing. Now, the certain things, I'm going to focus on the certain things that you should be doing, because if you know what you should be doing, just focus on those things and you're going to start to build that better relationship with yourself. The first thing that you need to do in the first 15 minutes when I wake up, the first 15 minutes of my day looks like this. I wake up and I go get a big glass of water. I take an internal bath. Okay. I'm taking care of my health set. For the first 15 minutes of my day, I take care of my health set. I drink 16 ounces of water, and then I start to get on the Peloton for 15 minutes, right? I do a quick YouTube HIIT workout for 15 minutes. I might do yoga. I might do Qigong or I might do breathing exercises, something to enliven and to enrich my health set, taking care of my health set. I'm taking my internal shower to remove all of the toxins, and I'm rehydrating my body with a glass of water. And that only takes me about 2.5 seconds. And I jump on the Peloton most of the time. Right. But there's a lot of different exercises that you can do to help you kind of aliven and waken up your body. I gave you some. You could try yoga, Qigong, maybe Wim Hof breathing tactics. You can even do a Peloton, maybe go for, look up on YouTube a 15-minute HIIT workout. That's HIIT, HIIT workout. And these things will help you to take care of your health set. So in the first 15 minutes, you're like, boom, baby, I've already did more than what most people have done today because I've already worked out. I've already taken care of my health set. And then after I take care of my health set, a lot of the times I take care of my heart set, right? Remember, your heart set is basically giving you time to remove the toxic emotions of yesterday, and allows you to journal out your thoughts and emotions to basically help you to remove the harmful thoughts and replace them with a sense of gratitude. I go through morning power questions. Maybe we can discuss that another time if you're interested into this. If you're interested into the morning power questions, reach out to me, send a screenshot of this podcast episode, and put it on your Instagram, and just tag me at Tyler Joe Stratton on your Instagram page, and with this specific episode, because then I will be able to know if you guys are interested in what my 7 morning questions are. These are empowering questions. These questions help me to feel happier, more grateful, more joyful, more alive, more excited, more pride, more confidence, and just more excitement about life. Okay. So listen, maybe we can do that another time, but nonetheless, what I do in the second 15 minutes, so the first 15 minutes is working out, right? Peloton. Second 15 minutes is journaling about the things that bothered me yesterday, just getting them out. It's kind of a brain dump. A brain dump is ideally this idea of just allowing your brain to just write down every thought that you have in your mind, from all the pain points of yesterday to all the anxieties of the day. And then what I allow myself to do is then focus on some gratitude in that time. Okay. But it's a time of reflection to basically allow myself to journal about whatever it is that's on my mind or on my heart, so that it gets out of my mind and heart and onto a piece of paper, and I remove that energy from my mind and body. Then the third 15 minutes is ideally a time to grow, right? And this is where I grow my mindset so that I move to a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. So that I go through a victor's mindset rather than a victim's mindset. This is a time where I've learned that my growth, it comes from progress, and progress shows up in a form of growth. So I spend, time listening to podcasts, audiobooks, I read books, I study articles, I find something of interest. This is very important. You just don't want to show up and just read a random book or listen to a random podcast. You need to find what it is that you are in need of help of understanding, and then study that subject that month. Okay. So one of the things that I'm currently learning more about is the laws of human nature. And with that, the laws of human nature kind of talks about basically how humans actually act and why they act the way that they do, and how you can really understand to change their actions and your own actions to create a better quality of life. It's a beautiful book, massive book, but it's something that I'm currently reading right now. It's once again the laws of human nature, because I'm just trying to understand people more, because I'm a coach. So I deal with people all the time, and understanding why they do what they do helps me to leverage my coaching style to implement more strategies, ideas, techniques, insights to help them to be able to equip themselves to be able to move on through heartbreak, breakdowns, divorces, separations, and so on. So find something that you can put into your mind that positively impacts your mindset. And then lastly is my soul set. Soul set, don't make this so woo-woo. It's not woo-woo. Okay. Your soul set is connecting to yourself or to God. My time, honestly, just transparently, I connect with God. I pray. I meditate on God. And I really find time to contemplate my life's purpose and find stillness. And I just make sure that I'm really just trying to find time for God in and of itself. And I just connect with God. And once again, if this idea here, just once again, for 15 minutes, there's 4 rounds of 15, right? There's your first 15 minutes of your health set, taking care of moving your body. Second is reflecting. It's kind of reflecting not only on the day that yesterday and all the thoughts and problems that came with it, but it's also about planning out your day and who you're going to become, right? I don't want to leave that out. So the heart set is really about reflection, or reflecting on how your day was yesterday, how you could have showed up better, and who you want to become today, and how do you want to take on the obstacles ahead. Okay. It's just a reflection period, 15 minutes to kind of game plan my day, look back at yesterday and see how I can improve. And then the third 15 minutes is really about mindset. It's about growth. It's growing my mind in some way, shape, or form. So it's sharper, more positive, more equipped to overcome obstacles and different things that I want to learn and how I want to grow. And then lastly, your fourth is to connect to yourself and to God. So when I say connect to yourself, connect to your higher virtue. It's about connecting in quietude and solitude, and just start to allow yourself to connect to the higher values, the better version of yourself, not your lower self, but your higher self. It's about connecting with God. It could be reading the Bible, or reading your spiritual literature, or reading something that uplifts you, but it's about really spending time in prayer, meditation, contemplation about life, and just really helping you feel supported by God, the universe, or whatever it is you currently follow and believe in. But anyway, my friend, that is exactly how I would begin to build a better relationship with myself, so I'm not so reliant upon someone else to bring me happiness. Listen, my name is Tyler Joe Stratton. I'm your Heartbreak Recovery Coach, coming to you today, hoping that this is a healing episode. And if it is, be sure to share it out with 1, 2, or 3 of your friends to give them a little bit of an uplift. You can be the helper and dealer of hope in these times of turmoil, chaos, struggle, pain, heartbreak, frustration, all of that. Give away what you seek so that you can attract more of what you are. Okay, listen, one final thing here, my friend. I do need your help, and I'm not kidding. This is just a true, honest, transparent. I know this is maybe a lot to ask for some. Maybe you don't know how to do it, but once again, I'm asking for a 5-star review on iTunes, Apple Podcast, or Spotify, or wherever you listen to the podcast, because it will help this show reach more lives and change lives and heal hearts and help people break the hurt people cycle. And it's just part of the mission to help get more people to listen to the Happy Heart Academy podcast, so that we can heal people's hearts and begin to change the hurt people cycle, because we can become the healed people heal people. So be sure to leave a review on iTunes if you feel called. I do greatly appreciate it. But nonetheless, I will see you in the next podcast.